Hey guys, welcome back to Just RC. So today we're looking at our 59 Redcat lowrider again, guys. Originally in the last video I was showing you guys that we were going to actually not use this body, but we were going to use a RC four-wheel drive Midnight Edition Blazer. I wanted to do that, but I just kind of had changed my mind. The body was quite heavy, as well as I think a few other people were doing Blazers. I don't know, it just seems a little overdone. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, so I decided against that. And it's such a beautiful body that you know, I couldn't bring myself to cut it. So we're gonna take this one off, and I'm gonna show you a body that I have that I want to use for this. Alright, so the body that I have in mind here, guys, this is a 1:8 scale. This is a New Bright. These came with, these were basically toy grade RCs that you could buy at Canadian Tire, Walmart, places like that. But this is such a beautiful body. It fits this chassis almost perfectly. We will have to do some cutting. So this should be a relatively quick build. Body is nice and light. Now these New Bright bodies, guys, they were popular back in the day. This is the New Bright JK. A lot of guys were running these hard bodies, cutting them and stuff, back when Axial first started putting out bodies and stuff, back in probably 10-15 years ago now. So it's kind of nostalgic, but yeah, these are pretty cool. So I want to get started on this project today. I have something else really cool to show you guys as well. These are the Redcat 26ers we're going to put on there. This thing is going to look pretty sweet, guys. I go to a lot of drift events and car shows, so I want to build basically a show truck that I can take with me to the drift events. So I think this is going to be the candidate. It's pretty sick looking, especially with these wheels and everything. So let's go ahead and get started on this project, guys. All right, so just before we do the teardown, this was kind of the alternative, which was putting it on like a TF2 style chassis, just running it like an off-road truck, which we may try and find another one of these and do that. It is a pretty nice looking body. As well in the back here, I'll show you the back. It's got a tonneau cover, but yeah, full lights and everything. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet truck. These decals are paper. These are going to be a real pain to get off, but there is quite a bit of cutting that we're going to have to do here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started getting all this stuff taken apart, and yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. All right, guys, let's take a closer look at the 26ers. Really excited for these. These are beautiful rims. I've always had rims on all my cars, guys. I used to have Cadillac. I had 20-inch stubs back in the day on my Cadillac DeVille and stuff. So definitely love rims. These are the ones that I'm thinking are going to be best on the truck. But let's take a look at these other ones as well. These ones are pretty sweet. Those are pretty bling bling. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything out. All right, so we got everything out there, beautifully packaged. Really great job again, Redcat. But start with these. So you can do adjustable offset. So you can either have it like that, or you can have more of a deep dish. So that's really cool. These are really nice tires. Not sure if you got to glue those or not, possibly, but really, really nice quality. Those are nice and solid. So just moving over here, I think these are probably my least favorite of them all. I don't know, they might look good when they're rolling, but yeah, I'm not really feeling those. These are definitely my favorite. These ones are a little bit too much of a bling, I think, for the truck, but maybe we'll hang on to these for a future project. These are the blades or the dubs, so these are gonna look the best on the truck. Now I gotta figure out the offset, whether we want to go deep Oh yeah, the deep looks pretty good. We'll have to get the truck over here and decide. Also, I was wondering how these are mounted. So they do include mounting hardware to screw in the wheels together. So we got to do that. And of course, it gives you all the center caps and nuts for the wheels. So let's go ahead and bring the truck over, and we'll figure out what offset we want. All right, guys. So what I have here is I have this one here is the deeper offset, and this one is the more shallow one. So I just kind of want to see what it looks like having a deeper in the rear and the closer one in the front. I think that looks kind of cool. Now let's just see what it looks like if we do deep all around. I won't know for sure until we get the wheels off. So I want to go ahead and get these wheels off. Now I don't have the tool that you're supposed to use to take the knockoff off. But what I'm going to do is basically just use like a rag and a pair of pliers, and we'll just basically put that over and just give it a slight turn just to loosen it up. All right, so we're just going to test the deep offset there in the back. All right, so we'll just grab the body again and see what that looks like, guys. All right, guys, so I think we're gonna go with the deep all the way around. Looks pretty sick, to be honest. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, take these wheels off, and we'll get these all screwed together. All right, guys, so basically what you got to do is just line up the holes, and then you don't want to set it on the table because it will actually fall out. But we're just going to go ahead and get one in, and then I'll do kind of a cross pattern. All right, guys, so I got them all screwed together. Just make sure you don't lose any of those little screws. They don't give you any extra in the bag. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do. So now I want to go ahead and get these on the truck. There's obviously going to be some cutting we're going to have to do on the frame here, but I'm not sure if we're going to have to cut out the wheel wells or not. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get these bolted on. Like I said, it does come with the nuts there, as well as the center caps, which I think just kind of pop on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on the truck now. All right, in here it is, guys. Looks really sick. All right, guys, so I'm really happy the way this truck looks. I'm gonna hold off on the center caps for now. We might still have to remove these wheels. We might have to cut the inner fenders out. But just take a look at the factory wheel. Fits right inside of there. So, all right, so next thing we gotta do, guys, is start getting this body fitted to the chassis. I'm really getting tired of it like this, so I'm gonna get the Dremel out, and we're gonna start cutting some of this stuff. All right, guys, would you just look at that stance? Really in love with this truck, guys. So with the body trim now, the next thing we got to do is trim the chassis. But I think we're going to leave that for the next episode, guys. What I have to do next is we got to get that chassis chopped up. Also, these are paper decals, guys. As nice as this looks, it's got to go. It's paper. If it gets wet, it's just going to look like crap. You can see there's some mold lines and stuff that have to be sanded. We got to fill a hole here. But so if anyone knows any good tips for removing paper decals, definitely comment, let me know. My plan is just kind of doing the old fingernail, get the paper off, and then basically I'm probably going to take some brake fluid and rub that on there to get some of the goo off. As you can see, we already started on this side. It's quite gooey, so it's going to be a lot of work, guys. So I'm not going to bore you with that on this episode. I think we'll leave this here as part 1, but definitely stay tuned and like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.